It's two dead bodies later. They look like they are burnt up.
Police body camera shows officers taping off the scene, pushing back neighbors. Crime scene photos show where the bodies of teenage brothers Larry Ordway and Maurice Gordon were found in a vacant lot near River Park Drive in May. They had been stabbed dozens of times. Their bodies then burned.
All right, who are the other folks that are there?
I don't know, Tyron.
So I want you to violate him. I was scared. So.
Y'all got some type of sexual relationship going on, or what y'all got going on, but I'm definitely gonna speak my mind.
Detective to tell. It wasn't nothing wrong with him when he picked up that gun and shot my child's father. It wasn't nothing wrong with him when he hurt them boys. Wasn't nothing wrong with him. Nothing. It wasn't nothing but a bunch of foolery.
It's two dead bodies later. They look like they are burnt up.
Police body camera shows officers taping off the scene, pushing back neighbors. Crime scene photos show where the bodies of teenage brothers Larry Ordway and Maurice Gordon were found in a vacant lot near River Park Drive in May. They had been stabbed dozens of times. Their bodies then burned.
You close with these kids at all?
They're cool. We play basketball. I'm cool with a lot of people.
Bryce, Rhodes, and two others, Ja'Cory Taylor and Anwan Carter, are accused of killing the teens. Rhodes sat in the interview room at the Louisville Metro Police Department for hours, talking with detectives about the brothers.
Did you hang out with them on a regular basis?
They was cool. Yeah, we hung out different times, different times.
Rhodes told investigators he had dated the boy's mother last summer. He said it had been about a week since he'd seen the teens.
I wish I could help, know what they was, I don't.
When detectives started pushing for answers, Rhodes asked for a lawyer.
I need a lawyer, man, if you're going to keep all in my face. I need a lawyer. I don't want to say, I'm tired of y'all questioning about something. I don't know where y'all getting at, what's going on. I just need a lawyer.
Rhodes was arrested and charged with both murders shortly after police finished this interview.
I don't got nothing to do with nothing. If they did run away, I don't know where they're at. I can't help you. I'm hurt. I don't know where they at. Ask them.
Somebody said, "Get out the street, bitch," and the shot went off.
Who was the somebody that said that?
Bryce.
Could you see Bryce at that time?
I didn't see him, but I knew where he was positioned at.
Sorry, please repeat.
I didn't see him, but I knew where he was positioned at.
And you heard or saw the gun go off?
I saw it.
Was it inside of the car or outside of the car?
His arm was dangling out the car.
And who was he shooting at?
Somebody in the street.
Had you ever seen that person before?
No.
Did you know anything about that person?
No.
Did that person talk or engage anybody?
That I know of.
Was he facing the car or facing away from the car?
Facing the car.
And after the gunshot, what happened?
Shit, we peeled off. Then we had like 5 to 8 houses down, and he shot at somebody's house.
See, he shot the gun more?
Yeah.
And what did you do?
Just driving.
You just continued to follow?
2016, two teen brothers stabbed to death. Their bodies burned, and tonight their friend learned that he will be going to adult prison. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shannon Kogan.
And I'm Scott Reynolds. A day after his 18th birthday, one of the people tied to 3 murders in Louisville 2 years ago was hoping he would be getting probation today, but that did not happen. A judge ordering Anwan Carter to serve out his sentence for the murders of brothers Maurice Gordon and Larry Ordway and another man.
Wave 3 News reporter Myra Ansari is live from the Judicial Center with more, and we heard from Carter. Myra.
Yeah, Shannon. Anwan Carter's attorney told the judge today that Carter has changed a lot over the past 2.5 years. But the judge told Carter today that he was involved in 3 awful crimes, and nothing about how good he was before or since changes what he did. This is Anwan Carter when he was 15. This is him now at 18 years old.
I'm sorry for all the events that occurred. I've taken steps to better myself. to make sure that this event never happens again.
Carter took a deal in November of 2016 and pleaded guilty for his role in the murders of brothers 14-year-old Larry Ordway and 16-year-old Maurice Gordon and another adult, Christopher Jones. Gordon and Ordway's bodies were found stabbed and burned in a backyard. The brothers' grandmothers and mother were in court on Wednesday.
You could have saved them their lives. You could have saved them. But did you? No, you did not.
I do hope you do get your life together, because you a child. You're a child, and you still look like a child to me. But you're in a man's body now.
This boy right here, I loved him with all my heart and my soul. I thought the world of him, but I never knew that he would betray my son.
The judge ordered Carter to serve out the remainder of his 10-year sentence in adult prison.
What you need to hear is you ruined a lot of lives. 3 lives snuffed out, and a lot of other lives attached to those 3.
Carter's attorney told the courtroom that Carter matured over the past 2.5 years in jail and committed the crimes with direction from the alleged mastermind, Bryce Rhodes.
Mr. Carter was the first one to cooperate in this case. I think he should get significant credit for that. This is obviously a horrible situation, but I truly believe that Mr. Carter is a victim of Bryce Rhodes, along with everybody else.
And Carter will go back to the juvenile facility he's been at in Adair County for the next 5 months, and then he will be transferred to an adult prison. His attorney said that he would seek shock probation. He is eligible for parole. Tierran Coleman, Lamont Taylor, and Bryce Rhodes have also been charged in this case. Myra Ansari, Wave 3 News.
See them again.
Speaking directly to the man convicted of helping murder her grandsons, Jackie Party says their lives mattered.
Larry could be driving, playing football like he wanted, and Lil Reese could be playing music.
In court Tuesday, she told Coleman to do the right thing if he's released.
My children are gone off this earth, but we will see them again too. But I just hope you do the right thing if you do get out.
Coleman was sentenced to 10 years in prison for his role in the 2016 murders of 14-year-old Larry Ordway and his 16-year-old brother Maurice Gordon. Now, he's asking a judge for shock probation.
I want to get out, succeed on probation, do what I gotta do, take care of my family, get a good job.
Coleman's lawyer says the 20-year-old father has a job lined up and a place to stay if he gets out.
I've been down in prison. I don't want to go back.
Police say Coleman was one of 4 men who stabbed the brothers before dumping and burning their bodies. He took a deal from the Commonwealth, pleading guilty to complicity to murder and agreeing to testify against the alleged ringleader, Bryce Rhodes.
I'm not here to judge you. I'm not God. But I do want you to do the right thing if you do get out.
A man who police say not only witnessed but took part in the brutal murders of 2 teen brothers in 2016, refusing to answer questions in court. Jacory Taylor took the stand in the Bryce Rhodes trial Thursday. Rhodes is charged with shooting Christopher Jones in May of that year, and just 2.5 weeks later, the murders of 14-year-old Larry Ordway and 16-year-old Maurice Gordon. As part of a plea deal, Taylor was supposed to testify against Rhodes, but initially stayed quiet.
I respect what y'all doing here, but I ain't got nothing to say about the incident.
After 2 recesses and a threat of jail time, Taylor returned and gave testimony linking Rhodes to the murder of Christopher Jones on 41st Street, a crime the teen brothers witnessed. Learning the brothers told their mother about the murder, Taylor testified Rhodes vowed to kill them. Taylor became emotional, remembering how Maurice Gordon was tied up and stabbed repeatedly. Later, Taylor testified he was forced to take part in Larry Ordway's murder. The doctor who performed the autopsy testified he was stabbed more than 20 times.
The depths of the wounds were ranged from 1/4 inch deep to 6 inches deep.
The brothers' bodies were put in laundry baskets, then dumped in an abandoned lot where Taylor says Rhodes then set the bodies on fire. Taylor says he and others stayed behind to clean up, and then those items were discarded in a dumpster. An LMPD detective testified Thursday about discovering the car smelling of bleach, the backseat ripped out, and that dumpster on fire with charred evidence inside.
There appear to be burn marks through here. Again, you have what appears to be saturated blood.
For murders, Taylor testified that Bryce Rhodes had planned and ones he couldn't prevent.
Can't really save him.
What happens to Maurice?
He put a sock in his mouth, tied his hands behind his back, and put a hat over his head.
And where did he do this?
In the living room.
And what happened after that?
He started hitting him in the chest at first.
With an item, with his fist? How was he hitting him?
He was hitting him in the chest with a fist first, hit him like 3-4 times. And then Tyron passed him the knife. He started stabbing him.
So Tyrion handed him the knife. Was he making a noise?
He couldn't. He had the sock in his mouth. Like we had dragged Maurice by the door, and then Larry bring Larry out.
Now these guys are your best friends, right?
Yeah.
All right. What's the next thing that happens?
We put him in totes. You feel me? Took him and like with him, Bryce, Tyron, and somebody else. You feel me? They were supposed to take him to like a abandoned house and burn the bundle.
The 3 older guys were?
Yeah. They're supposed to take it to a abandoned house and burn it.
Later on that day, did you get a visit from somebody?
Yeah, U.S. Marshals.
And what happened?
She got booked. They took me in for questioning.
What were you thinking when that happened?
You know, you show favoritism to the Commonwealth. You denied every motion I've ever filed in this courtroom. I'm still gonna, it's my right to file a pro se motion, and it's my right to speak what I need to speak on.
Well,
I don't know if y'all got some type of sexual relationship going on or what y'all got going on, but I'm definitely gonna speak my mind.
Detective Detelli and I have no sexual relationship.
Now I'm talking about you and a prosecutor over here, sir.
All right,
You denied all my motions. Every motion I filed, you did deny it.
I'm pretty sure I've denied the vast
Every
majority
motion I
of pro se
filed.
motions that have ever been
Are you some
filed.
type of racist? Are y'all got some type of sexual relationship going on? Which one is it?
Or are you just wrong in everything that you've made a motion for?
Are you a secret Ku Klux Klan member?
No, sir, I'm not.
Is that what you really are?
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
But like I said, the higher courts, they'll deal with it when time comes necessary.
That's exactly right.
Exactly.
Here tonight at 6, the final word on killer Bryce Rhodes came late this afternoon. He will spend the rest of his life in prison with no chance of parole. The jury asked for the sentences to be served one after another for the death of Christopher Jones, teenage brothers Maurice Gordon and Larry Ordway. WHS 11's Alexis Jones and photojournalist Emma Gefter were there today. And Alexis, you heard from relatives right after the decision.
I did, Doug, and family members had mixed reactions after the jury's recommendation. The teen's mother was pleased with the outcome, while Christopher Jones's child's mother was overwhelmed with rage.
It wasn't nothing wrong with him when he picked up that gun and shot my child's father. It wasn't nothing wrong with him when he hurt them boys. Wasn't nothing wrong with him. Nothing. It wasn't nothing but a bunch of foolery. So they can say, you can say whatever you want, you can talk about whatever you want, but the fact of the matter is, he should have been put to death.
I just want to say that it's been 7 long years, and I've been waiting for this day that Maurice Gordon and Larry Ordway and Christopher Jones got justice today. Thank you.
Both Elizabeth Wren and Jessica Martin were in the courtroom when the verdict was read. The jury recommended a sentence to life without parole for each of the 3 murder charges. Each sentence will run consecutively. This means Rhodes will spend his last days in prison unless the defense wins an appeal.
There's always an appeal.
Jurors had the option to consider Rhodes' mental state when choosing his sentence. According to psychologists brought in by the defense, Rhodes is intellectually disabled. Past experts also diagnosed Rhodes with ADHD and bipolar disorder, but say he wasn't given the right tools or education to cope. There was still hope for Rhodes, but ultimately the jury listened to prosecutors and considered the victims.
Really grateful for the jury, grateful for everybody at LMPD who put in work on this, for the prosecution team, just everybody who's worked on this case, and of course, obviously the jury.
The defense says they also have a reason to be grateful. since death is no longer on the table.
I understand everything the prosecutor was trying to do in there. I understand the feelings of the victim's family. They're very real. They had genuine loss, but we achieved our goal in this case.
Now, the judge does have the final say. She plans to give her decision on March 13th.